Hey everybody, it's Tanner, and this video is brought to you by www.favecrafts.com. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a really cool little quote card by using your wildcard Cricut cartridge, and all you're going to have to do is cut out 2 cuts. And, well, you're going to cut 1 cut with your scissors. Since they didn't make a piece of paper to go behind here, I just sort of trimmed one out with my scissors from Westcott, and it just turned out awesome. So what you'll need is you'll need to flip to page 53 in your Wildcard Cricut book, and you'll see this quote card that they call it, and you just want to cut the card out right here at 5 3/4. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure over in your little menu option box that it says 5 3/4, and how to make it say 5 3/4 is there's a little dial over to your right, and it can make the changes. So this thing right here that you see, it can move that. The next thing you want to do is you want to go over to your overlay, and this thing right here will be the main keys that you'll be touching, and you'll want to learn really hard about everything. And I mean, of course these over here are important too, but these are more important for when you're working with a cartridge and you're listening to instructions, and unless you're doing like fit to page and something like that. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to click on the little icon that looks like the quote card, and you just want to look for it. This thing is an overlay, so it comes off and it just goes on here, and when you put your cartridge in, your cartridge right there, it already knows what button is what. So when you switch cartridges, you switch the cartridge, of course, and the overlay. I hope that makes sense. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to find the little quote. After you found the quote, you want to click the quote, and after you click that, it pulls up the first cut. And the first cut right here is the card that we're going to cut. So you got your paper ready, loaded in your machine. I'm cutting some metallic paper from DCWV. It's really nice. It's a nice blue. And just how to load your paper is like this. You want to have your paper already on your mat, and then you want to put it in there under the grooves, of course, and you want to click the load paper button, which is right over here. As you can tell, it says load paper right there, load paper, and you want to click that button and it'll load. So after you're all loaded up and ready to go, you can just click the random button that says cut. Okay, so after that's been cut, you want to click unload paper, and you'll see your cut right here. And if you can't see it, try there. And what you want to do is you want to take your paper off the mat, and just lay it over to the side, and you'll have this right here. And what you want to do is just take a spatula. You can do this on a surface, of course, but you really just want to lift up your card. Just draw it like this, and I'm doing mine while holding it in the other hand, so it's a little bit more tricky. Now, I normally just sort of move this a little, sort of bend it. Don't bend it too much because I have broke them. That's a quick tip. And then you'll have your quote card, and it cut out really fast, really simple with the Cricut. So the next thing you want to do is cut out you can cut out the little sentiment that it includes on here, but I don't like that. I found a hooray on another random page in the book that you can cut out really easy, and it's really fun. So we're going to use that in today's project. So let's get started. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our card, and I know I did a different color when you saw it, but I did this one ahead of time just to make sure we're ready. And what you're going to do is you're going to go take your little scoring board. You can really just use anything really, and there's score marks on the Cricut that it made, and you just want to line these up with your scoreboard or score pal or whatever you use, and you just want to score it right on the lines that the Cricut made for you. So the Cricut really does help a lot. And I'm just going to sit that to the side, and I'm just going to fold this down right here, and you'll see that your card lines up perfect, just like this. And you'll see it's white inside, and I'm really not a person to like plainness and all kinds of stuff like that. I really like to see really intricate, really cool stuff. So we're going to put a piece of paper inside of here, and I'm just folding it again to get a better crisp fold. And what you want to do is you want to take a piece of paper under it and put it right under here. So when you look at it, you'll see this. And this paper is from a company I don't even know, and it was in my scraps. So what you want to do is you just want to take your HEG and put it down right like this. Super easy, super fun too. And just like that on those sides. Then you want to flip this over, line it up. Okay, so that is done, and we put our layer right there. I'm going to just go zoom in just a little bit more. And then after that's there, you want to put your sentiment that you're going to use. Now you can cut one out with any cartridge you have, but I found this Hooray, and I want to use this. So this is a really fun way to be able to use your Cricut and make a card. So I'm going to use my Zig 2-way glue pen, and if you're buying a Cricut or thinking about buying a Cricut or have a Cricut and you don't have a Zig 2-way glue pen, you really need to go get one, because these are the best to apply for layers and projects. And it's great to have one on hand because you don't know what project you're going to do next. So I would definitely pick one up if I was you. You can get them in these little pens. You can get them more of a thicker pen, but it's really fun to have. And it's also great to have tweezers for when you put adhesive on the back of something and you just need help to position it. So I'm just going to put that down right about here. Just let it down, and you sort of want to apply pressure. Now if your tweezers are sticky like mine are, you don't want to use that as your pressure because it'll stick back, of course. And you just want to put this down just like this. And after it's down, I'm going to put the little exclamation point. I'm going to put it on my tweezers like so, like that, and then put some more Zig on it and lay that right on top. After your Hooray is down, I like to add ribbon, buttons. You know, there's so many different things you could add to it. So I think I'm going to add some buttons. Okay, so I'm going to use something a little different than buttons. I'm going to use some brads. And if you've never heard of brads, you're really missing out. Let me focus in on these right here. These are brads, and they're just really cool to use. You can stick them down and everything. So I'm going to show you how you can put those on your card without, because you know, if you try to push this down where it's not sharp onto like paper, it really won't give you it won't go through. So I like to use a craft knife, and this one's from Westcott, and I just have the Westcott brand self-healing mat under this that's going to help protect it. So all you want to do is you want to put a little indentation in the paper. Just make sure you cut through the paper, and just like that you'll have a place to put your brad. So I'm just going to put this one here. Ta-da! It went straight through, which is awesome. And then on the back, just fold these down right here. And that one's folded down, and you have your first brad, and then I'm going to do a second brad right down here. Okay, so I got my second brad right down there, and those brads can really act as buttons or anything really. So here's a super simple card that I think is great for a first beginning Cricut user, and I really think you will enjoy making this as your first card. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure to check out www.favecrafts.com for more awesome ideas and crafting awesomeness. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye for now.